This is another Maricopa update where I'm talking about the ludicrous idea by law enforcement, by one Democrat law enforcement, that turning the routers over to the auditors will somehow compromise law enforcement's identity.
Today, I came to party.
This debate falls across party lines. The journalism is all run by Democrats, and so they're all carrying each other's water and pushing one point of view, and it's exposed over and over again in all of their media. So here I am at this NBC News site that quotes Maricopa County Sheriff, oh God no, handing over computer equipment to GOP audit could expose county to cyber attack. The GOP is trying to start a cyber attack. So now it's not just law enforcement. Now you're going to open us up to cyber attacks. It's a cyber attack. Here's a piece by my favorite, Bram Resnick, who has never once written an article against the Democrat Party, and in all of this audit only carries their water. Here we are in Phoenix. We're entering the third day of a legal standoff over the Arizona Senate Republicans election audit, with cybersecurity experts warning that your personal information could be at stake. It seems reasonable, other than under subpoena, by court order, they're supposed to turn these routers over, and they have no desire to, and they're resisting, saying we don't have the passwords and we can't do it. And now they got their march out the sheriff, who's a Democrat, all of it debunked by Karen Fann. Here's Resnick, who claims, ask any information technology professional if they would be willing to hand their computer router to just anybody, and 10 times out of 10, they will tell you, oh God, no. Says Matt Bernhard, a research engineer at VotingWorks. At VotingWorks. I want you to remember that name, VotingWorks, because Bram Resnick quotes, a nonprofit and nonpartisan voting technology company. The problem is, Bram Resnick has no standards, and I'll prove it to you. A tweet by Ben Adida. He is the director of VotingWorks. Let's take a look at his tweet and see if you think this is a nonpartisan, totally non-political company. Ben Adida took a look at some GOP Twitter, and it's clear they're overjoyed. They're willing to live with all the fascism that Trump provides, all the rule bending and norm violation that McConnell relishes. So they get them their SCOTUS pick. The whole party is rotten to its core. This is what Bram Resnick would say is a neutral, nonpartisan company, even though this guy has this tweet in his past. I only want to know, are we going to use this standard? Are we going to judge people today by today's claim based on what they've done in the past? Bram Resnick's Twitter feed, he says, former state rep Anthony Kern, a leading voice in Arizona's, I can't even say that word, who was at Capitol during insurrection on January 6th, was back at work on ballots at Arizona Senate Republicans audit. So I just want to ask Bram Resnick what his standard is. Does Anthony Kern, his past being involved at January 6th, prove that he is not capable of conducting a nonpartisan audit? And if that's a standard, then how can Ben Adida, calling the Republican Party, the whole party to its rotten core, be a member of a neutral group and nonpartisan group, which you just now said? What is the standard? Now, when someone changes their standard, that is, raise it for the opposition, but lower it for your own side, that there's a word for that. It's called bias. And it means that even Resnick is disqualified as a journalist. He's just a fellow opinion guy like me, a barely literate comic book artist.